Hello and welcome to A Lift to Work.
I'm Kate,
And I'm Tina.
and we are both terribly excited to be here with you today for this episode. Aren't we,
We,
love?
we absolutely are, because we are going to be talking to you today about how to change your mood. And because we're talking about change, we're going to go in a particular form of transport, Kate, aren't we?
We are indeed. So, for those 80s children out there, we're going in Autobot.
Oh, in a transformer, because this
Yes.
is all about how you transform your mood. So, I don't know about you, Kate, but I have sometimes woken up in a bad mood.
Oh, I know, right? Like, I know we do stories, but this is earlier than normal. Like, when you've had a dream and your other half has been unfaithful or something's happened in that dream and you wake up and you're like really mad at them and they're like, what have I done? And you're like, nothing. And now listeners, I know you're all laughing because that will have happened to you at some form or another. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so interesting, isn't it, that you can kind of get a load of feelings like that, and it really can affect the way you feel. Or you might be driving to work and you just feel a bit frazzled, and basically then somebody pulls out in front of you and you think, I haven't got time for this, and then there's workmen, and then they're digging up the road again, and every light's a red one. By the time you get to work, you are feeling a bit peed off.
And it might be actually you just don't want to go to work in the first place, and and you're like, I am grumpy because I have got to go to work.
Yeah. And when you start off in the grump, then everything that follows annoys you. The coffee shop queue, the weather, just everything. And so it
Yeah.
kind of builds and builds. So something particular is happening in your brain when that is going on, Kate.
Is it? What's going
Yeah.
on?
Well, you're feeling a certain way and your thoughts are dominating, and they've set that sort of state of mind, and you have something called an unconscious bias. So then because you're annoyed, then everything you see is annoying, and it just looks more annoying, and your brain finds more things that feed this idea that you are not in a good mood and that the world is not your friend today. And it just builds and builds. So you end up adding to it, and it gets reinforced, your mood of grumpiness. So the good thing though about this is that you can do it the other way around.
Start off happy, start happy and get sad.
No, start
No.
happy and build on the happiness.
Oh,
Find more of the
well,
happy things.
I was going to say, I thought this podcast was going a slightly different direction there.
No, this
Crikey,
is this is yeah, build on the
build on the
happiness.
joy. I
Yeah,
like that. I
build
like
on
that.
noticing the good stuff, and that's where you can
Mm,
change your mood, because you
yeah.
don't want to. And if you listen to 4 minutes to change the world episode that we've done, you don't want to arrive home having been in a bad mood and then go in the house in a bad mood, and the whole thing escalates for the rest of the family. You want to be able to switch it up.
Yeah, and you know what else happens is when you're in an all right kind of mood and you find something to find joy in or to make you happy, you smile.
Mm,
And then when you smile at one person, they smile at somebody else, don't they? Or you
mm.
do something nice for somebody and it carries on. See,
Yeah,
that's a nice thing, isn't it?
yeah. And it is this kind of like passing on the kind of the better vibes or the grumpy vibes. I mean, if you're going through a shop door and the person in front holds the door open for you, you go, oh, thanks. Get a little nice, warm, fuzzy feeling. If they slam it in your face,
Then you go, ah, thanks.
yes. And then you're
Mm.
yeah. So things happen and they affect our behaviors and other people's behaviors and our general vibes. So if you find yourself in a bad mood, here's some things to do to get yourself out of it. Kate, what do you reckon?
I think this is a very good idea. So, I think sometimes it depends on what's gotten you into the bad mood.
Mm,
Reframing is always a good start. Let's just say you have been annoyed by a driver in front of you. Rawr. You can say, well, I don't know what's going on in that person's life. It's clear that they are obviously having a worse day than I am.
Mm.
So,
Just
so then,
I guess get a different perspective. Yeah,
yeah,
get a
yeah,
different perspective. Because sometimes, these thoughts, these kind of like annoying and building on I'm grumpy thoughts, that when you're in that state of mind, it is a state of mind. That's why we use that language. And so you need to break state. You need to break out of that state. Um, and just think, right, okay, catch yourself doing it. You think, oh God, I really am now in a right old grump, and then just break that state. So you might go and make a cup of coffee. You might just go for a short walk, look at nature, um, and just try and kind of just get yourself out of it. And one of the ways is the way that you said, Kate, isn't it? To just like,
yeah.
let's take another perspective. Let's
Um,
drone out of this, lift myself above it, and think, God, if I was in their car, what's going on for them?
and another thing that you can do, again, this is really simple use of language, is I don't want to be grumpy. I want to be happy. I am choosing to change the way I feel and be happy, or choose or other,
Yeah,
insert emotion
yeah,
here. Because at the
yeah.
end of the day, it is a choice how we choose to feel, what we choose to emote. It's all on us.
Mm. And there's lots of really like happening quotes about that. Is that, you cannot remember, you can't control maybe what other people are saying, what other people are doing, but you can control your reaction to
Yeah,
that. And I think,
absolutely.
a lot of people who listen to our podcast are healthcare professionals, and they certainly are managing their reactions all the time. They
Mm,
are totally um, good at that. So it's about taking that into other aspects of their role.
yeah. And what we're going to do now, because you want a surefire way, don't you, really? Of, right, I've done this and I've done this, but I want an extra boost to change my mood, to get me into a better state. So, in a mo, Tina is going to go through something called anchoring
Mm.
with you. And you can use this for anything, really. If you want to feel motivated or confident or positive or any other, you can use this technique.
Yeah. So the word is a resource anchor. And as Kate has said, if you're in a situation where you just want to remind yourself that you can change your state, you can have set one of these up beforehand and you can access it. So they're called anchors because it's like being in a ship and dropping anchor. You just boom, let's find my better self in this moment, if you think about it like that. So choose a part of you, like you could choose your shoulder, or you could choose the space between your thumb and your first finger, and just imagine in a minute that's where you're going to press down and you're going to anchor in this particular feeling. So you choose a moment that you just like remember as being like really contented and or happy and or like you were in a super good mood. You don't have to have won the Olympics, but it can be anything. So Kate, do you have a time that you were feeling super in a good mood, very resourceful?
Like, right, don't take this the right when I talk to you.
Oh, that's a nice thing. That's a nice surprising thing. So there you go. So Kate and I get a good feeling when we talk together. We bounce ideas off each other, and it's a really nice thing for us both. So she's going to take herself to a little happy place in a moment, and she's going to have a resource anchor associated with that. So here we go. So the first thing to do is to think, like, to remember that feeling and to imagine that you are in that moment. So Kate, you're in the moment. What's going on for you? What are you seeing?
So, I'm feeling really positive,
Hmm?
energized,
Hmm?
ready to get on and do,
Hmm.
do, do. Um, full of ideas,
Mm,
inspiration, moving forward
mm,
in certainly from a business perspective.
mm.
Uh, so yeah, like I just want to do it. I want to
Yeah.
do it now.
Yeah. So if you were here in the room with Kate and I, you'd see that her colours slightly flushed in a nice way, in that kind of very energized, she looks like she's glowing a little bit. So get yourself into that sort of state and imagine that moment and think, right, this is when I'm feeling really contented or elevated or energized, or how I want to feel, instead of feeling a negative feeling. And then imagine what you're seeing, imagine what you're hearing, imagine how you're feeling in yourself, and just anchor it down. Press down and really immerse yourself in the moment, really immerse yourself in all of those feelings, and say to yourself, I'm saving this great feeling for later. And just do that. Just do that. And the minute the feeling starts to ebb away, as all feelings do come and go, just let go of the place where you're anchored it, and you can grab that for the future. So when you're going about your business and there is somebody who slams the door in your face in the shop, it could be, like Kate says, because they've got their hands full and they didn't mean to, or they didn't see you. So there's another perspective to look at, or you could just need a bit of a resource anchor. So have a go at these things and find ways, as Kate rightly said, to switch your mood, because it's down to our own selves what our reaction is. Kate, do you want to add anything?
Just that technique works. So I use it on clients a lot, uh, whether to ease anxiety in some, for others, interviews. So,
That's a good thought, actually. Yeah.
so it's preparation in or just before you go into an interview, is to get yourself into that resourceful state where you can own it and absolutely slam dunk that interview. Do that and it works. It absolutely works.
Mm. Good. And I saw somebody online the other day do it so beautifully with children. They'd put like little squares of paper on the floor, and they got got young children to stand on them and feel like really their best brave self. And when they were super happy when their friend came round to play and they had their dinosaurs out and all of this. And then they had to hop off the square and feel like different, and then hop back on it and feel like same feeling again. And that idea that you can hop into a good feeling, that they were doing it with children. And gosh, don't you wish that we'd all had that at school, because we'd be better for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So things to try with the kids as well. Kate and I are always experimenting on our offspring, bless them.
I know. That's why they're the special creatures that they are.
They are, bless them. That's why they try and run away. So here we are then, speaking of running away, we have got to your destination, and so it's time to untransform from the robotic back into the car so you can get out of it. and enjoy experimenting with changing your state, and we'll see you again soon.
Yep. Enjoy, everybody. Have an amazing day.
Yeah. Take care. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening. This has been A Lift to Work with Kate and Tina. Please subscribe, like, and share. Comments and questions are most welcome.
And please remember, this is a light-hearted coaching podcast designed to stimulate your thinking. It's not designed to treat any mental health issues. So if you need additional professional help, please do see a qualified practitioner. Take care, and we'll see you next time.